And my light bill came out. I'll show it without showing my address. KUB. But yeah, so hopefully my light bill is not that much money this month. Last month it was $80, which is better than the 2 months before. KB. But anyways, I do recommend them ice cream. I'm gonna call them ice cream dough balls because it's like dough on the outside, but it's so good. And then it's like got green tea ice cream on the inside, which yummers. I love green tea. Okay, yes, my light bill is $57.
Maya's crying.
Okay, well, I'm sorry that she's crying.
I don't like it.
Okay, she don't have to like it. To show y'all how much my light bill is. Make sure none of my information's on there. $57. Like I said, last month it was $80. Or was it $80? Yeah, I think it was $80. $60 or $80. I'm gonna say $80 because I think it was $80. But it was like my very first bill here at this apartment was because I had a transfer. I was paying for electricity at this apartment and electricity at the other apartment because I was still living at that apartment for to the middle of August, and then so I had to pay the electricity for I think 19 days over there, and then the rest of the days over here, and then so that bill was like $190, I think. Don't quote me. $190. And then the next bill that came out was like $130. But what they did, I didn't pay in September for the I had to get reconnection fee for here, which is $40. And so that one was on the second bill. That's why it was like 100 or something. And so then last month it was, I'm gonna say $80, and then this month is $57. And yeah, I was tripping because I was saying, since I've been having KB lights in my name, which was I got my very first apartment in May of 2002, but everything was included, so I didn't have to pay lights because it was included in my rent, which my rent at that time was $450, but because I had no income, my rent was $25. So, and then when I moved out there, I moved into Austin Homes, which is a project, and I can't remember if I got the lights in my name or if Orville got the lights in his name. I'm pretty sure because he was moving from his apartment. I was moving from my apartment, and we moved in together, which his rent was like $500 plus he had to pay put the broom down. And so like me moving from my very first apartment and paying $25 to moving into an apartment where the rent was down $250, but I think he might have had the lights in his name. Then from Austin Homes, I moved to Western Heights, and I think that's the first time I had lights in my name, which was, I moved into my very first apartment May, because I remember I graduated high school May the 18th, 2002. And then I moved into my apartment, which I got my apartment in April 2002, but I didn't move in until May the 20th, 2002. And no, I didn't have to pay rent. Like, if anybody's asking, I didn't have to pay rent. They held it for me because of the special circumstances. I was in a homeless shelter. I said this before. I have a video about it. And because I aged out of state custody and I signed myself out, and technically I was supposed to leave on November the 28th, 2001, which I was still legally 17, but I signed myself out of state custody November the 28th, 2001. I turned 18 November the 29th, 2001. And so I was out of state custody when I left. I left January. I left New Year's Day. Technically it was the 2nd, 2002. January the 2nd, 2002. It was in the middle of the night, 2001. It was in the middle of the night, January the 1st, January the 2nd, 2002, anyways. And my mama was homeless. I was freshly homeless, even though I could have stayed at the group home that I was at, because they were like, she could stay here till she graduated high school, because I was still in school. And then I was just like, there were some circumstances that happened, and I was just like, you know what? No. I'm technically don't have to be here, so I'm not going to be here. Thought I had big britches. Never been in the world by myself. Not even a bit street smart. So that was like a bad move on me. But on January the 3rd, 2002, that's when I went to the Salvation Army. Or it was me, my sister, and my mama. But they were like, well, technically none of y'all could stay here, because we went to the family part. And, because I was 18. My mama, she's an adult. My sister's an adult. And so they told my sister, well, you can't stay here, because in order to stay in this part of the Salvation Army, you have to have a kid. And she didn't have a kid. So they didn't let her stay. And they let me and my mama stay because I was still in school. And so they told my mama, well, y'all can stay, only because even though she's 18, she's still considered a child until she graduates high school. And so I was like, okay. So me and my mama, we stay there. And then my mama messed up February. And technically, once again, I was supposed to leave because my mama was forced to leave. And then technically, I was supposed to leave because I'm an adult now. Like, now I'm not a kid because I don't have a parent with me. And so they gave me the option. They said, we can, they said you can leave with your mama, which is understandable because that's your mama, and we totally understand. or you can stay here as an adult, and because you're in school, you will be your own parent, and we will pay your school dues, and we will get you a prom dress, pretty much take care of me. We'll pay your school dues, which I think my school dues were like $181. I had no money. And so they were like, we pay your school dues, and, we'll pay for your cap and gown, and we'll get your prom dress, and when you graduate, we'll help you find an apartment. So I know, like, hearing that, people are probably like, okay, well, that's a no-brainer. You're going to stay there, let them do all that. It took me like 10-15 minutes to really decide what I wanted to do. And it wasn't even that, okay, I wanted to leave with my mama, because, like, the reason why she got kicked out was, it could have been prevented on her end. And I wasn't, like, debating on staying there because I'm like, okay, I want to be with my mama. I was debating on staying there because, once again, I was in a situation that I felt like, okay, I left the group home because of certain situations where I feel like authority figures were abusing their power, abusing their power, meaning telling lies, and because they are, yes, and because they're staff members, and I'm a child, whatever they say, I want mustard. And whatever they say, it's like they wouldn't lie on you. You're a child. You're here in a group home. Even though the reason I was in state custody and the reason why I was in that Pacific group home had nothing to do with me. No, just mustard. Like I said, the reason I was in state custody had nothing to do with me. I did nothing wrong. The reason why I was in that Pacific group home had nothing really to do with me. Well, I'll tell y'all. I mean, because I don't like speaking in circles. I'll tell you. I was in state custody because me and my mama, we got to a big old argument. She was drunk. She got violent. And so I got taken. I didn't get violent with her. She got violent with me. So I got taken. And I was supposed to went and lived with Shandy and Mom. Which, Shandy's mom, and Shandy's brother, Josh. That's where I was supposed to went and go. But because they literally lived 2 apartment buildings, I guess technically in front of me, like there was one way too close to where I was, and then the paperwork and some of the details didn't match up, so I didn't get to go live with her, and that killed me because I really wanted to be with Shandy, and I really wanted to be with Mom, so I didn't get to live with them. But then I went to a level 1 group home. Well, they're not open no more, and I don't feel like that they were ready to take on kids. They were a married couple, and the first 8-9 months that they were married, they got level 3 kids. And if you know the level system, level 3, I was considered level 1 because I wasn't violent. I wasn't on medication when I came into state custody. I had no prior charges or nothing. Like I was a level 1, and basically a level 1 for certain ages is you're too old to be in a foster home. So if you're too old to be in a foster home, you have to be in a group home. Well, there's different levels to group homes. There's, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't know if there's level 5, but there's all the way up to level 4. And so I was too old to be in a group home because I was 16. Will you please stop, Hannah? So I was too old to be in a group home because I was 16. But like, I had no priors and I wasn't in trouble. So I was in a level 1 group home. Well, I got in there and like I was miserable. Like I got on medicine and they put me on, and I mean I have always been big. I'm fat. Like it's no surprise. But they put me on a.
Mommy, how did you get fat?
I got fat by eating.
Oh.
Okay. And then so I was on a no carb, no sugar diet, protein only. Now the problem with that, and that might work for some people, the problem with that is I don't like meat.
Go eat it.
They knew I didn't like meat. So them telling me you can't eat carbs. Well, carbs is my downfall. Like, yes, I love carbs. Okay. And then them telling me you can't have nothing sweet. Okay. I like sweets, but that's not my downfall. Carbs is my downfall. And then them telling me I had to eat meat, like fish and like hamburger and like just like meat and like maybe green beans, like fresh green beans. Like the green beans do not bother me. I can eat fruits and vegetables all day. That's not what bothered me. What bothered me was that they were trying to force me to eat meat. I don't like meat. I don't like the texture of it, and I don't like the taste of it. And then the bad thing about it is they then had the other kids that went to high school with me, because they had kids in middle school and high school. So the kids that I went to high school with, they had them watching me. What did I get at lunch? How much of that did I eat? What did I eat? And so I didn't eat breakfast because I'm like, okay, they're going to be watching me eating breakfast. I didn't eat lunch, so they're going to be watching me eat lunch. And then when I got home, I was sitting there, they're like, well, eventually she will eat because she'll get hungry. Well, no. When they told me I can have my snack, I go in and I open up a whole can of corn. Got in trouble for it, but I did. I opened up a whole can of corn and I ate. And then when dinner come, of course, what was it? Chicken, baked chicken, fish. I don't like any of that. Like, you keep trying to feed it to me? No, I'm not going to eat. I don't like chicken. I don't like beef. I don't like fish. You cannot. But so eventually some things happened, and so I had to leave there. And because I was now on medicine, I had to go to a level 2. And basically a level 2 is the level 2 that I went to. I'll just say the level 2 that I went to. Level 2 that I went to was for kids that ran away and that had some like that's been in trouble before, like been a juvenile and been in trouble, but not to the extent that they need to be a level 3. And some of them were recovering drunk and alcoholic. Yes, kids. Were recovering drunk and alcoholic, but the majority of them, well, not the majority. The majority of them was the ones recovering from drug and alcohol. And then there was, I'm trying to think of how many was there. Like when I very first, well, none went really. Okay, well, there was pregnant girls there, and then some of the girls that was over in Independent.
What you do, Trey? Did you have one already?
They were the ones that were recovering from drug and alcohol, but they were old enough that they can work, so they were in independent living, meaning that they were the ones that can go out and get a job and slowly start working into, like, close to the age where, okay, when you age out the system, you know how to work, you know how to pay bills, I was supposed to be independent living, but I was not, and I'm glad I was not, because I loved my building, but I had friends in independent, pregnant, upstairs. I was downstairs. They were in, so I had friends in all 3 of the buildings. So that wasn't the thing. I just felt like I'm glad I wasn't an independent, even though I was supposed to be. I see it. I'm glad. I was legally supposed to automatically went to independent living because I was 17 when I went back to the second group home. But yes, Savannah, he sees it. So because both of them are trash, please just throw it away. So that, like, and so I was in a group home, and then, like I said, I aged out. You know, when I got 18, I signed myself out, and you know, I've heard stories that when you age out, like in some places, it's like when you age out, they literally say, okay, well, now that you're 18, here's a bus ticket and pack your stuff. We don't care where you go, but you are no longer in state custody, so we no longer are responsible for you, so you have to leave. That's what they were supposed to do. So like I said, like technically I wasn't supposed to be there, but like I thought I had big britches, and them lying on me, I was just like, you know what, I don't have to be here. So when I did go to the Salvation Army, and they gave me that option, I then immediately flashed back to that. Okay, I am now going to, like, I'm now going to be in this place by myself, and I am not ready to be an adult, even though I was 18, and I should have been, but I wasn't. And so I was like, okay, I'm not ready to be an adult, so should I leave and be with my mama? I'm really not wanting to be in school. This is not the school that I want to graduate from. Should I stay here? So that's why I say it took me like 10, 20 minutes, like 15, 20 minutes to really decide, okay, well, do I want to stay here? So I was scared, but I was also like, I'm not ready to be an adult, and I don't know how to take care of myself as far as bill wise, even though I didn't have any bills at the shelter. I just I did not know what it took to be an adult. Like, I knew, okay, you do certain things, but, like, I did not know if I could do it. And so that scared me. And then the best advice that I have ever gotten, and I feel like that's the only thing that prepared me for life, is the day I graduated. It was this woman. She gave me this planner. And what she told me was, nobody will ever tell you this, but I'm going to tell you this because I had to learn on my own. She's like, you write down how much money you got. And then you write down all your bills. And then you write down, okay, this is how much money I got. This is how much my bills. Do I have enough money to pay for my bills? Do not live above your means. That's what she told me. And I know that should be like simple. That should be common sense. But it wasn't. It wasn't. And then she told me, she's like, okay. And after you do that, don't look at what you want. Look at what you need. Meaning, write down a food list. And then what can you make stretch all month? Or if you're working, to your next paycheck. What can you get food-wise, household-wise, that will work until you get your next money? And you write that down. And then after all that, and if you know the prices, or you can just say, you know what, I'm going to spend $100 a week on food. You know that, okay, out of whatever amount of money, $100 of that is going towards this, $100 of this, you know what I'm saying? And so she told me to do all that. And then she said, after you got your bills wrote down, or after you got the total money that you have, like, and not the money that you're going to get, the money that you have right now, you deduct everything out of that money. You write down what you need out of that money. And if you have anything left, then you can start saying, you know what, I got $50 left after all of my bills are paid, after I got enough food for a week, a month, or whatever. I now can get a pair of shoes. I can get a pair of pants. I can go to the movies. That is the thing. And I know it sounds so like, oh my gosh, common sense. You should know that. Is the one thing that was like the golden ticket, the key to being an adult. Because I still do that to this day. To this day. How much money do I have? How much is my bills? Let me deduct everything out of that. Okay, food-wise, this is how much, this is what I want in food. Because now I go to Sam's Club. So I can look at the prices online. Okay, this is how much everything gets. This is how much it's going to come up to. Can I afford that? Oh, I can? Okay, do I have any money left out of the total amount of money? Because I go shopping once a month. Because that's just how it works in my life. Okay, I do have extra money. Now that I have extra money out of, because my food and I call it other, which is like householders, whatever else I need. Okay, after all of them gets a little allotted money, do I have any extra money? Oh, I do. Guess what? I can go to the movies. Or, you know what? I think like mostly, I'm like, okay, you know what? The girls might need some more pajamas. They don't need pajamas, or they might like pajamas. So, you know, I spend it on them. Oh, you know what? I seen this nice toy that they might like. I got extra money. I'll get them a toy. You know, oh my gosh, we got a little bit money left over. McDonald's movie of the month might be Trolls. You know what? They like Trolls. Let's go to McDonald's, get a Happy Meal. They get a Troll toy. So that's what I do. That's what I do. I don't even know why I started talking about that.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I started talking about that. Maybe somebody could see that. If they did not know, that's the golden ticket. That's the golden key, in my opinion, to be an adult. That I hope one person sees that, sees this video, and it's like, oh my gosh, I can be an adult. And it might not work in your case, in your situation, but that one thing, literally, I was like, because I was freaking out. I'm like, I don't know how to be an adult. I know you have to wash your clothes. I know you have to get up. I know you have to clean your house. You know, I know, you have to cook yourself something to eat, because if you don't, nobody will. I mean, like, yes, I knew them, but then I had no idea how to be an adult. And I feel like with her telling me that, like, I tell everybody that now. Like, when I see a new person, like a person that's like doing their bills for the very first time, or like living on their own, that's the first thing I tell them, because I am paid forward to the fullest, I really am. So that's hopefully that
Don't
little
worry.
thing works for what?
It looked like you were confused.
Well, no.
What you were
Hopefully
saying.
that one little thing helps somebody. Because I tell everybody, and if it don't pertain to you, please still tell somebody. Because that might be the one thing that they need to be able to make it. Out of the day. No. But anyhow, I think I was talking about ice cream. I think this was supposed to be an ice cream review. Okay, well, hopefully y'all liked this video. I don't even know. Okay. Anyhow, like, comment, subscribe. Bye.